The Spartans get set to kick it away. And Illinois ready to go on offense first, where they will start with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. The Illinois Fighting Illini 2-6, 1-4, and they turn to the lone scholarship quarterback left on their roster. It's Jeff George Jr., the redshirt freshman.
Yeah, he comes into this game. Obviously, they started the season with Wes Lunt, and Chase Crouch got banged up as well. Jeff George comes in. The number 3 normally doesn't get a lot of reps, and here they find him as the starter. But this game's all about the struggle.
And a handoff on 1st down goes to Kendrick Foster through the middle. Met by Ed Davis, the 6th-year linebacker, for a short pickup.
Two teams really fighting to stay alive. You got two father figures trying to teach a bunch of young guys how to battle through adversity. Both of these teams playing a lot of freshmen.
Quick snap and a throw to the outside. Sam Mays makes the catch, brought down by Demetrius Cox. We said Jeff George is in there for Wes Lunt, who is injured. Chase Crouch out for the year. They don't have Malik Turner, their leading receiver, so the impact player here is Keyshawn Vaughn on offense.
Yeah, he's got to get it done at running back, and they're going to have to bring him in at Wildcat just to spell the young George. Malik McDowell, he anchors a defensive line that really lost 3 guys to the National Football League. They've lost a ton of production in there, and it looks like Malik is down again. Now they can ill afford this to happen.
Good to see him back up to his feet, a guy who may become number 27 on the list of players drafted to the league under Mark D'Antonio. And the punt by Ryan Frayne out of bounds as the Illini fail to pick up the 1st down, and they come in with the fewest Big Ten 1st downs. And now we get set quickly to see the Spartans here coming in on offense after that loss to number 2 Michigan last week, 32-23. Not the same level of opposition this week for Tyler O'Connor, who's got 5 years of coaching, but not quite 5 years of playing experience for the Spartans.
Been in and out of the lineup. Brian Lewerke, as we mentioned, had broken his leg.
Inside give, L.J. Scott, who had a marvelous opening drive last week in East Lansing, and starts things off here with a 1st down run.
LJ, one of the premier backs coming out of high school, was going to Michigan State last year. These guys will run a lot of counter plays. You've got to tackle this guy. He can break tackles, make yards after contact. 139 yards rushing last week against Michigan. I think you're going to see probably him get the ball 25, 30 times this game.
It was a heavy dose last week. So he takes it down to the 40-yard line, met by the freshman Dele Harding, who's making his 2nd straight career start at linebacker. But last week, 22 carries, a 2016 best, 139 yards. He's one of the impact players.
He's going to run up against Hardy Nickerson in the middle. Of course, his dad is the defensive coordinator. Hardy, one of the better tacklers in the country, also does a great job in the turnover category for the Illini, but they're going to find out. They're going to get a steady dose of L.J. Scott unless they crowd the line of scrimmage.
O'Connor back to throw, and his pass is tipped and incomplete.
That's been part of the issue for the Spartans. Drop balls, inconsistency. Of course, they've had to move over a couple of their wide receivers into the secondary, which hasn't helped as well.
On 3rd down, he's got to move outside the pocket. He moves gingerly with that foot injury he's been working through this year, and his reliable target, Josiah Price, the tight end, has the catch inside the 30-yard line and a 1st down.
Yeah, all these quarterbacks have been beat up for the Spartans, and that's been the juggling of the case. You're going to see Damian Terry come into the game at some point, probably at quarterback as well, and he's beat up. Both the quarterbacking units on these teams have gone all the way down to 3 deep in their depth charts.
Pre-snap motion, there is a flag on the give to R.J. Shelton. As that came from our referee, Jerry McGinn.
Yeah, I think Prescott Line, the fullback, got hung. I think it's going to be a chop block inside. Looked like there was a little collision there.
Legal shift on the offense. 2 players moving before the snap. 5-yard penalty, first down.
Pushing the back, maybe. I thought it was going to be a chop block because it looked like Prescott Line ran into a pile there at the start of the line of scrimmage. Neither one of these teams can ill afford to stay out of manageable down and distance areas. They have not thrown the ball consistently well this year, and predominantly a run-oriented group on both sides of the ball.
Year number 1 for Lovie Smith, the former Bears and Bucks head coach, widely adored here in the state of Illinois. It's back to Scott on first down and 15 for a pickup of 7.
We've had Illinois, this is our 3rd time, Mike, and I've been very impressed with Lovie and his approach. He's very calm, he's very focused, knows what this whole deal's about, as Mark D'Antonio on the other side. 2 really father figures, really trying to mentor guys through adversity and teach them how to be tough and dig their way out of what really is sort of a painful situation when you're losing this many games.
O'Connor steps up, nearly had it intercepted. Trey Watson, the linebacker, steps in front of that one at about the 15-yard line. Tough window for O'Connor, the redshirt senior.
Needs to be careful, did not really have an open window there. And you've got to be careful throwing the ball down, laid down the middle. You see him looking outside, then he comes back down inside. That play was well covered.
As was that into almost triple coverage down the far sideline, intended for Darrell Stewart, the redshirt freshman. And now it's 4th down and 8. Special teams coming onto the field for Michigan State.
That's a difficult thing. You take the ball out of L.J. Scott's hands and you end up getting behind the chains, and it's been a struggle this year really to establish any kind of consistency in the passing game for the Spartans.
Michael Geiger, a 45-yard try to get the Spartans on the board first, and his kick is good. Now 7 for 11 on the year for Geiger to make it 3-0 Michigan State. 2 coaches with varying degrees of collegiate experience. It's year 10 with the Spartans for Mark D'Antonio. Year 1 with the Fighting Illini for Lovie Smith. But they find themselves in similar spots here this week, 2-6. Record on both sides as Michigan State, a college football playoff team from a year ago, looks for just its first Big Ten win of the season. As the kickoff from Kevin Cronin settles into the end zone. And after a 3-and-out on drive number 1, we'll see if Jeff George Jr. and Illinois can pick up a first down here on their 2nd try of the day. Very difficult spot here for the redshirt freshman, who made his first career start at Michigan a couple weeks back, started last week against Minnesota. Was not really expected to see much time this year. They had Wes Lunt as their starter to begin the season. That throw goes into a tight window, forward for about 4 yards there to Zach Grant. And then Chase Crouch, who we saw a great runner, did not have the arm ability that matched what he had with his legs. He's out with shoulder surgery, and so it's up to Jeff George to run the offense here and rely quite a bit on a stable of running backs, one of whom is Reggie Corbin, the redshirt freshman, who gets his first carry of the day.
Jeff George had a rough start last week, turned the ball over early on, took a sack for a safety. I think they're trying to manage his skill set and emotions as well, and try to make sure that he handles snaps and situations and put him in a position where he can be successful and not put the team at risk.
3rd and 3. See if there's a little juice for Corbin. He slides down at the 30-yard line, and they come up short again of the first down marker. And they'll punt.
Malik McDowell doing a good job getting a push there over on the edge. Things spill out. Riley Bowe, the always dependable middle linebacker. He's been a guy that's been banged up as well for the Spartan. I saw those guys down on the field before the game. There's a lot of tape being used on these bodies right now this part of the season.
Brandon Soward's back to make a fair catch. 25, Alabama #1, Clemson #2, Michigan #3, and Texas A&M, the most hotly debated of them all, coming in at #4. Felton Davis III, the sophomore from Richmond, Virginia, makes the catch on the quick throw from O'Connor.
Good little quick throw to try to get Tyler in rhythm. He needs to be balanced. They know they can run the football. Obviously had success with that, but trying to manage the game and stay balanced on both sides.
L.J. Scott hurdles his way through, and right near the marker, very close, out of about the 35-yard line for the sophomore from Hubbard, Ohio.
I really thought LJ last week against Michigan made a lot of those runs look better blocked than they were. And this guy, he saw it. He jumps over people. He runs over people. He's top end speed. I don't think is fantastic, but he's got a great acceleration through the hole, and he can make a lot of people miss.
Third down, about a half yard to go for the Spartans. And on the sneak, O'Connor pushes his way through, and that'll be enough for a first down. Hawk, you mentioned the offensive line. Today a change at left tackle. Cody Keeler, who did not finish the game last week at left tackle, did not dress. So David Beadle gets the start at left tackle today for MSU.
Yeah, Cole Chewin's number 61 finished for Keeler last week, but you see Beadle moves from the guard position out to the tackle spot. 3 linemen from last year's Michigan State team playing in the National Football League. That's going to hurt anytime you lose that kind of talent.
Play action. O'Connor's got all sorts of time. Across the formation, R.J. Shelton has the catch. Another Spartan first down, a pickup of 17.
One of the great things about a solid running attack is you force the defense to get down inside the box. And then you have good play action where you're pulling the guard, and good ball action to the tailback, bringing Shelton back across. You see the pull, good action up inside, good blade fake by Tyler, dragging Shelton across the formation. That's tough to defend.
A 4-man front here for Illinois. The first wave misses, and then comes back after a pickup of 3 on the ground. Back to Shelton, who made that last catch as well. He gives him a lot of experience as part of a wide receiving core that gets younger and younger. Monty Medeiros, the redshirt senior from Cincinnati, not expected to play today because of an injury. Darrell Stewart will see some more time. Hardy Nickerson is there to lay things down on Felton Davis with the grab.
Shelton's kind of been thrust into being the main receiver. I think he's a very talented player, and he's great in the mix. But they're missing like the Tony Lippett. They're missing the guy that can take the top off the defense and can really vertically get down the field. Shelton's a great guy. He's great on the reverse, the fly sweep. They run him on the orbit motion over the top of the formation. He's a crafty guy inside the zone defense and knows how to get open. But as you mentioned, with the youth at receiver and the guys playing defensive back, it's been tough.
And they get a little bit shifty there at quarterback with Christian Jackson, the freshman from the Detroit suburbs, taking the direct snap and trying to find the corner and finding himself with not too much room to work with.
Also another guy that comes in at the depth chart as a receiver. all these talented receivers are getting pushed into other positions because of their athletic ability. Both at corner, and there you see him sliding in and running, or a quarterback.
Second and 11 after the direct snap. O'Connor bounces the ball down And it's called incomplete. Immediate point to L.J. Scott to call him the eligible receiver there. A lot of pressure from Jamal Milan, not aiding the case for O'Connor.
Well, it's tough. They get down here. This is the same thing they did last drive, but they tried to throw the ball a couple times in a row. At some point, you're just going to get stingy and hand it to LJ. Get a little push off the edge. He does a good job getting rid of the football. Dwayne Smoot, who's really tore it up for the D-line here, number 91 for the Illini, gets some great pressure coming off the right side.
Now I got to jump a little bit too early on the outside there. From Illinois, Carroll Phillips came across the line pre-snap.
Offside. Defense, number 6. Unabated to the quarterback. 5-yard penalty.
Both DeJuan Smoot and Carroll Phillips. These guys can really penetrate, and they're a penetration-type defense. Very aggressive up inside. Chunky Clemens, number 11 down there, a big load. This D-line very aggressive. Done a nice job. I think it's one of the reasons Hardy Nickerson's been able to make so many tackles is D-line causing a little bit of confusion and penetration.
Just one safety back deep at the snap. Shelton has the catch. He's inside the 20 and picks up the first down for Michigan State. A gain of 13 as O'Connor read the defense well and moves the chains.
Really crafty. Got into a bunch formation set. Hardy Nickerson, the coordinator, talked about playing some man coverage. You see RJ headed outside, then cuts back inside. Being able to shake the coverage. See if they get their hard hats on and try to pound it in the end zone with Mr. Scott.
They give him a hole left side. He runs through the first defender, Hardy Nickerson, and a flag comes in about 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
L.J. Scott he's athletic, but he comes in at 230 pounds. You better get your pads down because he can run you over as well.
Holding. Offense, number 55. 10-yard penalty. First down.
That's Miguel Machado, the right tackle, on the backside of the play.
The coaches would never say it, Mike, but I've watched enough film on these guys. They've struggled up front. And they did some fun things against Michigan. You know, they like to pull guys and get some leverage. But I just say man on man, they struggled against Michigan. They're not the same physical knock you over offensive line that the Spartans have been used to.
Scott gets sent out of the backfield, so it's 4 wide receivers here. First and 20 for the Spartans. Pressure from the backside, and O'Connor goes down. Taken to the ground by DeJuan Smoot, his 3rd sack of the year, and it comes at a big time.
Yeah, Machado should have held on that play. Got skinned right off the right side. Either got a hold or yell look out, one or the other. They kept lining that time. They should have got him out there to chip a little bit. It's hard to get him back out against this defensive front.
Second and 26. Really on the cusp of field goal range right here. It's a delayed handoff. And the Illini not fooled. Trey Watson came right in through there and allowed nothing for MSU.
Yeah, he was unaccounted for in that draw scheme. I think they were trying to anticipate LJ just beating him one-on-one.
5 wide receivers. Smoot from the backside once again. Missed on the first try. There is a flag down as Hardy Nickerson finally brings down O'Connor at the 20-yard line.
Offense, number 72. 10-yard penalty. 3rd down.
They brought in Lacusa. They brought in Lacusa in here to play right tackle after Machado had some problems. But see, you see DeJuan Smoot here coming off the left side of the screen. He's tough to handle. They're either going to have to move the pocket or get it back over there, because right now the Spartans got nobody to handle him.
This started out as 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line after the catch by R.J. Shelton. It's devolved to a 3rd and 35 at the 40, out of field goal range right now. O'Connor goes back foot and through the middle, and maybe a 3-yard pickup before Trey Watson is there to lay out L.J. Scott. This is still going to be a long try.
Looks like they're going to go ahead and punt it, which I would probably do here too. It's get 1st and 10 from the 15, and you end up punting from the 36. There were some issues last week. I know Coach D'Antonio was just smoldering a little bit sometimes on some penalties or missed assignments, and that's when you have a young team, those things crop up.
Darius Mosley back deep, quickly vacates his position as the punt clears the goal line. Illinois on its 3rd drive of the day. They'll try and get the offense going here. They have not picked up a 1st down yet. And going deep, it's nearly intercepted. Going into double coverage, dangerous territory for Jeff George as Darian Hicks almost took it away.
Desmond Kane playing good defense there, even though he's on offense. He hadn't batted that ball away. It'd be 1st down Spartans. See, both of these teams have really struggled throwing the football consistently. I think both teams really like to run the ball. Just trying to get a little variety.
That pass is caught. Unfortunately, it's out of bounds for Sam Mays, and that makes it 8 plays, 8 total yards for Illinois. Meanwhile, Michigan State has 5 individual plays that have gone for longer than the 8 total yards the Illini have.
Tough sledding because both of these teams' defenses are the strong suits, so not a lot of answers on offense.
But yet, only a 3-0 lead as penalties backed them up on their last drive. George really feeling that pressure well. He's got some blocking out in front. Takes that and stretches right near the 1st down marker. He'll need a friendly spot if he's going to get a 1st down. And he does not have a friend at the 29-yard line.
Patented Michigan State blitz. They like to bring 6. Play coverage with 5. You see they're not front, but bringing all 3 linebackers. Andrew Dowell gets loose in there, but unable to make the tackle. Good job rallying up. David Dowell keeping contained on the outside.
This is the struggle right now for offensive coordinator Garrick McGee. No Malik Turner today. Their leading wide receiver out after being hit last week in the 1st quarter. It's in right on its tail. And Michigan State, after last year being a college football playoff team, certainly did not expect to be in the conversation with Rutgers right now as 2 teams in search of their 1st Big Ten win of the year, as Rutgers was also a noon Eastern kickoff today in Piscataway against Indiana University.
As Coach D'Antonio said, it's a hard climb up, but you can slide down in a hurry.
2-yard pickup on 1st down, the run by Scott, and a short toss to the outside. The catch by Davis as the Spartans look for better quarterback play than they got a week ago, and can certainly expect it with a different defensive unit than they faced against the Wolverines here against the Illini. Quarterbacks last week a combined 13 of 28 for 184 yards, 2 touchdowns and an interception thrown by O'Connor.
They really got in a phone book last week against Michigan. They're spreading it out a little bit more in this game.
They fake the throw to Shelton, turn back and give it to Scott. He turns it upfield and picks up the 1st down as he gets to the 50-yard line.
Great little misdirection screen. Outstanding catch by LJ there, picking it right up off the shoestrings. I think with this offensive line the way they are right now, I think that's a good plan to get some screens involved in there. Obviously, Smoot has been all over the backfield. Got to have some answers.
Mike Cousins, Dan Hawkins, as we watch the Illini and Spartans go head-to-head. 15 minutes, second quarter, and a first down and 10. The ball right at midfield for Michigan State. High snap for O'Connor, who tucks it into the gut of L.J. Scott, who gets maybe 2 yards before he's met by Patrick Nelson, the outstanding free safety for Illinois.
Great field position. Again, I keep wondering if they're just going to go ahead and pound the ball in. They're struggling a little bit. There hadn't been a lot of first downs or productivity of either of these teams. Spartans a little over 100 yards in that first quarter, but not throwing the ball down the field like they'd like to.
It's Scott who goes to the left side and gets tripped up as he creeps through there. There have been questions, and after watching that first quarter, Hawk, about the Michigan State play calling and where they should go with it, especially for a guy like L.J. Scott, who started off really hot on that opening drive last week against Michigan and here against Illinois. Should he be getting more carries?
Hey, these coaches have been around for a while, and they know. And yeah, you can win games that way. That's for sure. That's certainly part of the object. But they know they've got to be balanced and get some passing game stuff going to win against some of these tougher teams. That was a great throw and catch right there.
You're right through a very tight box as Felton Davis tumbles down with it in his hands and picks up the first.
R.J. Shelton was in the same area. It looked like it was a ball thrown for two of the same guys. I don't know if there was a route bust there, but Tyler with quite a bit of sting on that ball. They're sensing, though, here with DeJuan Smoot getting so much pressure. You got to get the ball out. See it coming right over Shelton's head there. Kind of two guys in the same area.
First give of the day for Madre London, number 3 running back on the depth chart. He fails to get back to the line of scrimmage and loses about a half yard. Just his 18th carry of the year.
Madre and Gerald Holmes also carrying the ball in some short yardage situations, and L.J. Scott. And we talked to offensive coordinator Dave Warner yesterday and said, you know, they try to break it up a little bit. It's not so much situationally. They know they've got 3 guys they like to use and trying to keep everybody fresh.
Here comes the 18th snap of the afternoon in Illini territory for Michigan State. Shelton wants the edge, and it's closed off quickly once again.
Great job on the edge. They did not have Watkins covered over there. Cameron Watkins was playing corner and didn't have him blocked. Now, they had success with that type of action last week against Michigan. Bringing R.J. Shelton across or bringing him across and back over. It gives those linebackers something to think about. They got all those people blocked, but Cameron Watkins doing a nice job out at corner, making sure that thing doesn't get outside.
Third and 11. London is the safety valve. He is short of the first down marker, and there's a flag thrown by Jerry McGinn, the referee, back at the 42.
Offense, number 55. 10-yard penalty, third down.
Hawk, I sense the steam in your inner coach is boiling right now.
Well, I told you, you either got to hold him or yell, look out, one or the other. Okay, or you got to get Prescott line over there to chip him because Smoot's just too much to handle. 91 coming off the edge of the screen, gets around the edge. They took Machado out and they put Lakusu in there in the previous drive to try to get him stopped, but he's too much to handle coming off the edge.
They're not finding an answer. They had London, and he released going to the left side of the play.
Thought Tyler did a great job checking the ball down.
And a back foot throw. Make it 4th and 21 for Michigan State.
They are going to have some of the longer 4th and forever calls they've ever had in the history of their playbook.
second time that penalties have taken them outside field goal range.
Yeah, the only thing I'd say about that holding call, I just don't think they can handle Smoot over there one-on-one. You got to move the pocket, get a tight end, fullback, or get your three-step play action game going.
Good bounce initially at the 8-yard line and spotted at the 10. Kendrick Foster is the back for Illinois on first down, setting up the run. And quickly smothered by Ed Davis coming across the formation, along with Matt Morrissey in week 1 by the College Football Playoff Committee, with Washington hoping to see itself there in the top 4.
Offense, number 9. Half the distance to the goal. Second down.
That's on Sam Mays, the sophomore wide receiver.
That is so frustrating. You never want to have that, but particularly at the receiver position. No reason for those guys to jump. Got to sit in there dealing with an Illini team that's yet to get a first down and convert. Can ill afford to go second 14-15 here, backed up. Now this is where he gave up a safety last week. The young George's got to learn they're going to throw it, get the ball out of his hands.
Back from his own end zone, one-on-one coverage, incomplete down the sideline. Mays was looking for a flag, and he doesn't get it. 3rd and 15 coming.
Tyson Smith covering. He's a sophomore on this team right now. That's considered a veteran. Again, awfully frustrating for the Illini fans, I'm sure, and it is for the coaches as well. You got 3rd and forever here. The most important thing is just to take care of the football and be productive. Not do anything is going to put yourself more at a disadvantage.
3 down linemen, a twist along the inside as the Spartans rush 4, and the throw to the edge is over the head of Zach Grant, who is covered there and covered well by Demetrius Cox. Illinois right now has played this entire game, Hawk, inside its own 31-yard line. They've just been squared up to 1/3 of the field, unable now in almost 17 minutes of gameplay to even secure a first down.
That play defended by Demetrius Cox, who's been out for a little bit for Michigan State. Really talented safety, which they depend on. He's one of the few seniors being able to get some action.
Low line drive. Sowards has some space at the 20-yard line, and he's finally hit by Frayne. There is a flag back at the 29-yard line after the big return by Sowards.
I think we're going to get a block in the back. Over on the side.
During
it was
the return,
close.
legal block in the back. The return team, number 20. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. First down.
Jalen Watts-Jackson.
Mills Bridges, the number 8 player in the country, figures to be a very big part of that for Tom Izzo as they get the things rolling against Arizona in Hawaii. On first down, L.J. Scott trampled in the backfield, a loss of 2 for Michigan State, which has run more plays to this point in Illinois territory than the Illini have total yards.
This defensive line, Jameel President there, Auburn transfer coming in, getting some action at defensive line. Mike Fair, the defensive line coach here, has done a great job of really getting these guys to play hard and get up the field. They've got a really nice front.
Shelton in motion pre-snap. And there's nowhere to go once again. L.J. Scott has been bottled up at every avenue. Jalen Dunlap meets him with 2 wide open arms.
Good physical play here by this defense. Hardy Nickerson got these guys playing hard. You got a couple corners. Jalen Dunlap's done a nice job over there. Cameron Watkins is doing a good job. Those guys normally cover guys, but stepping up and making plays. Jalen Dunlap is a big physical corner. He's 6'1", 190. Normally those guys are in at the safety spot. Once again, the Spartans in 3rd and long.
3rd and 10. Can they get into field goal range?
Ball
Once
start.
again, right tackle.
Offense, number 72. 5-yard penalty, third down.
You want to know who it is, just flip a coin. If it's Miguel Machado or it's Theo Lacusa, and this time it's the freshman from Traverse City, Michigan.
I'd be a little jumpy as well. DeJuan Smoot doing a great job getting off the ball.
But where's his help? Where's the help in the backfield?
Crickets.
6 penalty and plus territory so far for the Spartans. This time it's one-on-one blocking there on the edge again. 5 versus 4. The Illini get there and force a back foot throw that goes incomplete for O'Connor.
Really nice pressure. Again by this Illini defense. Doing a good job running the ball, being physical, playing hard. Carroll Phillips, another edge defender at D end that can really get up the field. L.J. Scott peeled out, did not get a chip on Smoot. Very difficult when the quarterback scrambles out to the left.
Hartbarger sends it in the air. And a tough grab there by Mosley. By Applebee's at 6. Also streaming live on Watch ESPN. Jeff George Jr. has an open man to the outside with Illinois in search of its first down of the day. It's Desmond Kane, the sophomore, who makes the grab.
Chris Frey, 23, Michigan State, really running around, little play action, did a great job hustling out to get back in on that. He took a shot last week against Michigan. Some debate about whether that was a targeting call or not. Was ruled not a targeting.
Direct snap, Keyshawn Vaughn, just to switch things up there, a Wildcat package, now in its 3rd week of use. Offensive coordinator Garrick McGee.
Some teams will go Wildcat and leave the quarterback in, and you don't know whether it's going to be Wildcat or not. Illini electing to take Jeff George out of the game. A good use of it, though, when you have 2nd and thought that might stay with it at 3rd and 1. Be a great chance to have an extra blocker in the game.
George, middle of the pocket, incomplete. So he wanted to go across the middle, and Fry was in good coverage of Mays. It's the Illinois Fighting Illini here at home against the Michigan State Spartans, who are 2-6 and in the midst of their longest losing streak in 34 years. 0-5 in Big Ten Conference play. Illinois 1-4. They do have a conference win, which came against Rutgers a few weeks back. Michigan State looking for its first win since September 17th against Notre Dame. Wins against Furman and the Fighting Irish. Illinois had its last victory October 15th, and has not been an ideal season for Notre Dame. It has not been an ideal season for Michigan State.
All the injuries both at Michigan State and Oregon.
Quick turn and a throw to the perimeter, grabbed by Shelton, the senior. And as it relates to the Spartans, last year a college football playoff contender, one of the Final 4, AP preseason number 12, and where they didn't expect to be here today is tied with Rutgers as 2 winless teams in this conference.
That's why Mike coaches when you get into rankings and all that, and even the 4, they're, you know, where the poll is right now. Coaches just shudder about that because that really means nothing to them.
Short handoff, Prescott Line, the graduate transfer from SMU, just his 4th carry of the year as the big-bodied guy from Oxford, Michigan, goes through the middle. Nice move there to get Line on the roster. He knows he's not going to see a lot of action, but to wrap up his college career, he can get his family a lot closer, just 80 miles away from East Lansing, to watch some home games.
Well, if he's got a shot at the next level, it's going to be at fullback. And obviously this offense features the fullback. A lot of offenses don't even have that guy on the roster anymore.
Play fake going up top. Matt Sokol, his 2nd catch of the year. So if the traditional stuff wasn't working, give Line his fourth carry and Sokol his second catch to move the chains. It's 16 yards.
Well, this is where they have to be cautious. The play action has been good for the Spartans. Good little eye candy. You got linemen pulling, being able to get the ball out quick. But this is where the Spartans have had trouble. They've had penalties, taking themselves out of field goal position, and they've ended up being 4th and 3rd and extra long here. They've got to be careful and make sure they manage it well this time.
Scott grabbed at the waist by Trey Watson, bumped down by Nelson on the first down carry.
Really like the way this Illini defense runs around, playing hard, getting off the ball, a physical group. They do so many formations, you can't get too complicated.
But they've done a nice job getting guys open. Darryl Stewart, the redshirt freshman, getting some more action with Monty Medeiros out of the lineup today.
You've got to start somewhere, Mike. You start with stopping the run, and obviously with L.J. Scott in the game, you've got to make sure you've got extra bodies down there to take care of that. And then if Tyler can go out and beat you with his arm, so be it. But we already know what a talent L.J. Scott is. You can't let him go run for 150 yards against you. You've got to shut him down, force them to move the football in other ways.
That was something Dave Warner, the offensive coordinator, said yesterday is a lot of the offense runs through Scott, but with a lot of single safety looks from Illinois. First and second down can be imperative passing as well. Wow, right through Carroll Phillips. Kicks down L.J. Scott. He was ready.
Anytime you have a guy playing D-line with a single digit, number 6, you know they're legit. They're not showing up in there. So Carroll Phillips doing a great job this year. One of the leading sackers, tackles for loss guys on this team and in the Big Ten in general. So many pullers in this offensive line for Michigan State. Sometimes the back block or cut block doesn't get made against the defensive lineman who's getting off the ball fast and quick.
The third read for O'Connor was downfield into double coverage. He had his eyes on the left side of the formation between Stewart and Price, and nobody was open.
Yeah, Jalen Dunlap really playing a lot of man free, man on the outside, free safety free. Tyler had to shuffle his feet a little bit. Ball didn't come out exactly clean, but he missed on the outside. But here again, once again, the Spartans, they're in 3rd and extra long at 3rd and 13.
At least in field goal range this time, but they certainly want and expect more. It's across the middle and a grab. Josiah Price gets it inside the red zone.
Sometimes, Mike, I think people get upset that you're not throwing the ball all the way across the first down marker there. I think that's smart. As you said, they're already in field goal range. Try to get half the yardage, and if you break a tackle, you run for it, fine. But it's hard on 3rd and 13 to throw it all the way to the sticks. Then you turn it over, you don't get a chance for 3.
And Geiger has it set up nicely from 34, right between the hash marks, to try and double the advantage for Michigan State. The kick is good for Geiger. No scoring affair between Michigan State and Illinois as the Spartans look to snap their longest losing streak since an 0-7 start in 1982. Bowl eligibility still in sight for both of these teams. The Spartans have been to a bowl, the postseason, all 9 years under Mark D'Antonio. This year, number 10, Nate Eckerd, the fullback, takes the short kick from Cronin. And the ball out to the 27, ESPN. On first down, it's the first down of the day for Illinois as Reggie Corbin takes it away.
One of the things that's been a staple in this Michigan State, they're fired up about the first down.
We got a timeout for an injured player as well.
Yeah, one of the staples of this Michigan State defense is the safety play. Now, Matt Morrissey is getting some time in there, number 10. He had a tackle missed at the line of scrimmage. But that's been a real staple of this defense. We talked about Demetrius Cox, who's been injured and banged up, who made some plays on that last drive. But this defense thrives off that safety play.
Nice strong throw across the field. Zach Grant, the Northern Illinois transfer, gets a first down there. George could spin it a little bit when he's got time.
He really does, and everybody uses that term these days. But he's got his dad's arm. He can really wing it, and he can get it out in a hurry. Made some throws last week off his back foot, but he's still a young guy going through a learning process.
Moving on the 2-minute drill. As that goes over the head of Justin Hardy as he gets targeted for the first time today.
Yeah, Darian Hicks slipped just a little bit. If you were able to put the ball on him, give him an opportunity, could have been a big play. Time you get that corner slipping, you've got to give your wide receiver a chance.
Chris Fry comes up to the line as the Spartans show blitz.
Fry leads his team in tackles. He and Riley Bullock, two very active inside backers.
A rush just 4. Desmond Kane was open waiting for it at the 40-yard line. And here we are, a minute 30 left before halftime. This is as far as Illinois has advanced the ball this afternoon. They spent the majority of their first half back behind their own 50-yard line, or I should say the 50-yard line. Potential here. If they get a touchdown, could be an Illinois lead at the break. Tough throw, and it was well short, intended for Eckerd, the fullback, trying to sneak down the sideline.
Yeah, it's a good thing that throw was a little bit errant, because I think Demetrius Cox was fixing to get that thing and get down the sideline. Good play action. There again. He's taking a shot. He got hit last week as well. Took a few pops. This quarterbacking crew spending a lot of time in the training room. Like the decision going for it on 4th. They tried to throw it in short yardage last drive. See if they go ahead and pound it.
George on 4th and 1 with the inside handoff for Foster, and he's got enough for the first down.
Great job, simple zone, good vision, cuts in behind it. Not necessarily where that ball is always going to be determined to go. Foster doing a good job getting his pads down. Very electric back, normally trying to cut that back in behind a tight end block. Great job getting his pads down.
Play action, George to the outside, and the ball knocked away by Darian Hicks, the senior, well defended against Zach Grant.
Yeah, Michigan State bringing corner blitz off the boundary. Tyson Smith was coming. Good thing he got the ball out early. Throwing that ball, you see the arm strength. Anytime you throw from one hash all the way across the field, throwing that out route on the other side, you know you've got a pretty good gun.
George rolling out to his right. He was being chased by McDowell. And the throw to the sidelines is ruled as a catch right to the 20-yard line.
Nice job by Jeff George, just stepping up in the pocket and then sliding out, keeping his eyes downfield. Again, quick release. I think they're going to go fast for a variety of reasons. Just at first blush here, Mike, I wasn't sure he got down. Tough to tell where that left foot is.
Sam Mays is the receiver. Now the question is, the left foot, is the heel going to be on the line? Or the right foot, is the heel going to be in play? Is the left foot out of bounds as he goes down? And does he have firm control? Of course, if one foot is out, then the firm control goes out the window, and it's an incomplete
I think
pass.
the left foot is good. I don't think the left foot is down. It's a question to me of whether he got control at the same time he got his right foot down. Now the official standing right on the line of scrimmage, eyeballing. Had a clear shot at it.
That's Jerry McGinn, our referee. On the horn with Dennis Lipsky, the replay official upstairs in the booth. Collaborative process.
The game clock will start on the snap.
That's a big positive for Illinois that the call on the field was a catch and there wasn't indisputable video evidence to say otherwise.
And I think that is the right call. I think if you would have called it out, you couldn't have overturned that, and you called him in, you can't overturn that. It was a bang play.
I agree with you there, Hawk.
30 seconds left, 2 timeouts. Plenty of time. You're looking at least 3 to 4 opportunities here. Lots of stuff in front of you.
Going over the middle to the end zone, and Sam Mays is unable to come up with a catch.
I'd like to see Sam get up there with both hands and go rebound that ball. Matt Morrissey came over a little bit. Bang play again. This is exactly where you want these balls down here in the red zone. You want them up high. I guess Sam's right arm was a little bit constricted when Morrissey came over there. You got to have tall guys, rebounders. You want to throw that ball up around the crossbar. You're either going to have a touchdown or you got it like they have here, another chance at a play.
Timeout. Michigan State.
Screener draw is not out of the realm. Like I said, you got plenty of time with 2 timeouts.
And just going across the field, Ainsley Johnson, the intended recipient, the tight end. 3rd and 10, 20 seconds, and 2 timeouts for Lovie Smith.
3rd and 10 for the Illini.
Well, you got to certainly think you've got an opportunity for a field goal right here, and you got 3rd and 10. I would certainly be more inclined to take a shot into the end zone. You either got a touchdown or it's an incomplete ball. You can come back on 4th down and kick the field goal.
George from under center, handoff for Foster with speed inside the 5, the stretch, touchdown Illinois! From 19 yards out, and the Fighting Illini can take the lead before the half.
Said screen draw, not out of the question. They'd opt to go with a draw. Breaking a tackle. Riley Bullock couldn't get over there. He gets into the safety. Carries that ball into the end zone. A little bit of a surpriser for the Spartan defense.
And perhaps a surprise for more than just those in green and white here in Champaign. Chase Mclaughlin gets his first on-field action today. His extra point try is good. He's a perfect 20 for 20. And it's 7-6, Illinois.
Great job there. Jeff George out on the field, congratulating all those guys coming back in. Look at the touchdown run. Good explosion, great ball leverage, pounds down. Strength of will. Getting the Spartans off balance. Not expecting the draw. 3 missed tackles later. Touchdown Illini.
It's been a very one-sided series as of late, with Michigan State winning 12 of the last 13 against the Illini. Their last win came in 2006. Still plenty of football to be played, but Foster, with his 6th rushing touchdown of the season, gives those here on Dad's Day in Champaign a little bit something extra to cheer about.
Mike, we talked before the game. Just what a really an interesting matchup. gets the touchback. What an interesting matchup. Even though you got two teams that only have a couple of wins apiece, two veteran coaches, two experienced coaches. And really, who's going to dig down deep and pull themselves up from the depths of despair here? And we knew both teams had some issues at quarterback, couldn't really sling it around, relied on their running game a little bit. The Illini go almost a quarter and a half doing nothing on offense, and then managed to dig down, play action, short passes. George gets hot a little bit, guys make some plays, the big run. Now it looks like they're going to go into halftime here, up 7-6.
A year ago, who would have predicted this?
That's what makes college football so awesome.
In a game where time of possession has meant absolutely nothing, what's the most important number to you in the first half?
Well, it's almost unbelievable that Michigan State only rushed for 36 yards and the Illini had 53. No one would have predicted that.
And the fact that Illinois spent most of that first half playing back within its own territory. They ended up having really nothing going on the first 5 drives, and then got a 19-yard touchdown run in the first half from Kendrick Foster to take the lead. So it's back to Tyler O'Connor, the redshirt senior from Lima, Ohio, who started the first 5 games of this year, has been given the keys here down the stretch with Brian Lewerke, the redshirt freshman, out for the year with a broken left tibia, and a 1st and 10 from the 25 to start the third quarter. A very stunted gain for L.J. Scott, the team's leading rusher on first down.
Well, when you leave DeJuan Smoot unblocked coming off the edge there, I would definitely make sure we get a body on that guy, because he is going to make plays and wreak havoc. This defense of the Illini has played great. Michigan State spent all first half in their territory, and they defended well, only gave up 2 field goals.
The blitz does come up the middle. The Spartans pick it up, and the throw is across the middle and in and out of the hands of R.J. Shelton.
This is what happens, Mike. You got a veteran player in R.J. Shelton, a great receiver, their go-to guy, drops a ball right there. When you're just out of rhythm and out of sync and you're not confident and you're not in the flow, everything is difficult, even though that's a routine play for R.J.
Toss and a high grab for Donnie Corley, who keeps it going downfield with some speed and a burst away from Jalen Dunlap. His first touch of the day is an explosive one into Illinois territory.
Donnie Corley is one guy they really feel can win in the open field and win against man coverage. He's a guy that's been playing on defense. You can see they're trying to get some electricity going, and he comes in and provides it. Does a great job breaking tackles, getting yardage after the catch. Stanley Green, another young freshman in here. Need to wrap up. He came in there with a shoulder, but Corley was saying not so fast.
A wobbler to the outside, and Shelton wraps it up. And we'll go back to the drop he had going across the middle. He's their most senior receiver. Monty Medeiros out with an injury today, a redshirt senior there. Corley, who just made that catch, a freshman. And the time of the year here, the final 4 games, where youth is going to be paramount to try and look forward to what this team will bring next year if a bowl game doesn't end up being a possibility for
yeah, they're just trying to get week to week at this point. I mean, everybody needs a bowl game, wants a bowl game, but they are right in the thick of it and trying to battle their way through it. Thought the Spartans did a great job moving the pocket on that last drive, or that last play.
Looking for Price. He was going for, if a catch there, would have been his 20th career touchdown. And he couldn't come up with it in the end zone.
Tyler threw a dime there. He put it right on him. Just got to make a play down there. Good action. Get L.J. Scott in it. You get Shelton in the action. Tyler put it right on him. Just got to turn around and make that play. Now the sun's coming from the other direction, so can't use that as an excuse. See if Michigan State can rally up something. Now they're going into empty. Not going to pound it in the red zone with L.J. Scott.
Instead, pound it with O'Connor, who stands up on the run down to the 12-yard line and gets a gain of 4 on 3rd down.
Got to be careful. You see him getting up a little ginger there.
Beg your pardon, 2nd down.
These guys, Tyler O'Connor. Hey, quarterback run down here is great, and it's imperative. Touchdowns, out of bounds, get downs. He's not Prescott line. Get out on the ground. Live to fight another day. You're already missing Brian Lewerke. Damian Terry's banged up. They need Tyler to kind of go the distance.
Shovel inside for Price. The ball comes loose at the end of the play. Michigan State there quickly to jump right back on top of it. Colt Chewing, the offensive tackle, saves it for the Spartans.
Illini defense stiffens again. Little shovel. Doesn't do good trying to reach out. Again, this is managing the football game. You're in the red area, you can't afford a turnover. They tried to get this play going against Michigan last week, but the Wolverines were having none of it.
Geiger from 28. And he's been the most reliable guy on the Spartans offense today to win out and then hope for Auburn to lose once in its last 3 games. Auburn struggling against Vandy in the early going today, so hey, you never know.
Ed Ogeron's got a plan-inspired football.
Coach O.
Yeah. I think it's going to be obviously a whale of ball game. You know, just the difference with Hurts. They have such a mobile quarterback now that can hurt you with his legs, and they're doing a great job. Lane Kiffin's doing a nice job calling plays with him. They're always salty on defense and special teams and score a lot of points, but Hurts, just when you go to sleep, he kills you with his legs.
Leonard Fournette has not done well historically against Alabama either, just averaging 55 yards a game in 2 contests.
Little confusion in the backfield starting off again. I think Jeff going the wrong direction. He managed to get the ball back to him, but turned the wrong way.
Kendrick Foster, the junior from Peoria.
Here you go. Whoop. Whoop.
Come back here.
Anyway,
Come back here.
Foster did a nice job kind of being patient and hanging in there. As we mentioned last week, Jeff got in trouble early on.
Foster trying to go through the middle there on 2nd down and 8.
Being patient with the running game. Now the drive that they got going, they were able to play action and get the ball out quickly. Jeff George did a nice job hitting a few shots down. Prognosis is coming out. He's still over on the table, getting taped up. They're looking at him. Looks like he might return by the way they're spatting him up.
Sets things up for a 3rd and 5 here. Jeff George downfield, complete to Sam Mays for a 1st down.
Good rhythm throw, plenty of arm strength. Good answer, keeping the ball on the outside. Usually have dangerous throws down the middle, particularly for young quarterbacks. Keep it out on the outside. You have a better chance for a cleaner look.
Through the middle, open space, Kendrick Foster. A chance to go all the way. Exactly what he does. 64 yards. Illinois back in front.
Hit it downhill, inside zone. Nothing tricky about it. Gap error. Riley Bully overruns it. Gap error on the back end. I told you how much those safeties are important to this Michigan State defense. Go hit your head on the goalpost. Touchdown, Illini.
extra point is good. A big day for Kendrick Foster. Scampering for 64 yards there. Now 8 carries for 110 on the afternoon, and he becomes the first Illinois player with a 100-yard rushing game.
Right there. Watch Morrissey overrun it, number 10. Playing quarters coverage 4 deep by the secondary. Those safeties got to fit in behind those backers. Riley Bulla overruns it a little bit. Watch Morrissey come down from the hash mark. He and Bulla both outside. They misfit that gap, miss tackle. See ya, wouldn't want to be ya. Hit your head on the goalpost. That's a fundamental error in a 4-3 defense in quarters coverage. But you've also got a guy playing back there that hasn't got many snaps. Normally it's a Cox-Nicholson safety situation, and nobody likes it. Coach D'Antonio said, Woody Hayes used to say, for every freshman you got playing, that's 1 loss. He said, I hope that doesn't ring true, but you got 9 true freshmen on this team playing for the Spartans. Sometimes those growing pains they're hard.
And that 9 true freshman number is the most in now year 10 for Mark D'Antonio that he's ever suited up in 10 seasons. Only an average of 5 a year for him, and hence the sustained success in East Lansing since coming from Cincinnati.
What a funny game. The Illini go almost an entire half, can't do anything, can't get a first down, about 20 yards offense. Then they put together a 70-yard drive and score, and then they hit 1 play and score. And here they are, 14-9, over a Spartan team that's been dancing in the Illini territory most whole game, but cannot find the end zone. 3 field goals. Maybe time for a little L.J. Scott show.
That is indeed where it goes. The ball comes loose, and it's picked up by Jalen Dunlap for Illinois. Inside the 30, and a turnover the Spartans could not afford.
Ball leverage, you got to chin that ball. Talking to Hardy Nickerson about the turnovers. They started out the season hot, haven't got that many lately. Put the pad right on the ball. Jalen Dunlap, I think if he'd have stayed outside, he would have scored a touchdown. Young guy Stanley Green getting his pads in there. He's not afraid to throw his body around. Jalen always around the ball. If he'd have stayed outside and read his block there, President, I think, had him a touchdown.
It's nice to have 6'4", 275 as your lead blocker. They just presumably haven't run that play all too often.
Confidence is such a big thing, boy. I'll tell you, these guys go along and it's tough. You're trying to find a win, trying to get something positive going. Coach D'Antonio said it. Coach Lovie Smith said it. Guys just got to dig down, man. You got to work your way out of it. It's painful. It's not fun. You just got to put your head down and dig your way out of adversity. And right now you're seeing the Illini win that battle.
George going down the sideline has his pass swatted away. Not enough air underneath it. As you look for the end zone, Tyson Smith brings up a near touchdown.
I like it, being aggressive with the young quarterback down here. Really important, when you get a turnover, what do you do off that turnover? It's important for the Illini to get some points on the board. Make the Spartans play for that turnover.
Back to the workhorse, Foster, who today has become the first Illinois player with a 100-yard rushing game against Michigan State since Juice Williams back in 2006. Also the last Illini win over the Spartans. It's been 12 of the last 13 for the green and white in this series.
Michigan State has lost 8 defensive linemen over the course of the past year for various reasons. NFL defections. Trying to replace that is very, very difficult.
Plenty of time, third down, over the middle and too high for Grant. Would have been a first and goal if they could have made the connection.
He had him, Demetrius Cox, a little bit out of position, a little slippage. Turn that ball over, would have got it in there. Great stand by the defense here, keeping him out of the end zone.
A touchdown would have been nice for the Illini. A field goal does extend the lead, but still keeps it at a one-score game. If Mclaughlin can connect here from 42 at the right hash. Number 43 is true from 42. Mclaughlin strong with the right foot today.
Getting your right gap, doing a great job.
Live fast, play young. 6 starters there for Illinois last week, combined for 32% of their tackles in that loss against Minnesota. Guys who have been aggressive and who have been absolute ball hunters. Andre London gets his second carry of the day. LJ Scott not out there. We saw him be the last one off the field after that last drive ended for Michigan State. So this held a little bit of a concern, perhaps their confidence in the sophomore LJ Scott.
Hardy Nickerson, the dad, and Hardy Nickerson, the son, number 10, leading tackler on this Illini team. He's also a coach on the field, trying to get all these young guys lined up. Hardy, of course, transferred in here from Cal.
They go underneath the linebackers on a short game to Shelton as Watson comes over with Nickerson to the linebacker spot. Shut it down as it's 3rd and 4.
Neither one of these teams have been very prolific today in the third down category. Normally you get 3rd and 4 here. You want some sort of spot route, spacing route, little hitch route. Illini going to play man coverage, walking up and pressing and denying the easy route.
Offense, number 59. 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
That's David Beadle, who got to start at left tackle today with Cody Keeler not dressing at left tackle. Sets them back 3rd and 9.
Lots of new guys, new faces in there. Beadle now is playing out at tackle. Normally he's at guard where he can hear a little bit better. And he knows he's got to get a quick center. He's going to get beat on the edge, and he does get beat.
They showed blitz. They brought 4 and still got there. Chunky Clements comes up big for Illinois.
Michigan State got 2 tight ends. They slid the protection last time in the 3rd down category. This time they decided not to. Carroll Phillips gets a great jump. He's outside. We're going to see Chunky Clements, number 11, inside. Good stutter move, bull rush. Good hands. Sack.
Darius Mosley, fair catch at his own 35-yard line after a 43-yard kick. 5 Pacific on ABC. Foster takes it to the right side, tackled behind the line of scrimmage, loses 3 on 1st down.
Good start on that drive. This is where defense has got to have offenses back. Struggle a little bit. Hey, it's legal to score on defense. By the same token, Jeff George needs to be smart on offense as well. Your team's doing fine. You're up 17-9. Be smart with the football.
Back to throw. He wants it deep downfield, and he put too much on it. DJ Taylor, the intended receiver. George, they've given him a nice pocket sometimes. The deep ball has not proven to be his strength.
I like what they're doing with the play action, the protection. Keeping the tight end in the game. Tyler White, 87, stayed in, faked the zone play. You got plenty of protection. You end up having 7-man protection and taking the shot downfield, keeping the ball out front. It's an incomplete ball, but still you got a chance on 3rd down.
And they keep the clock rolling there on the handoff. 3rd and 13. Back to Foster. And what has normally been a 3-man backfield this year with Foster, Corbin, and Keyshawn Vaughn, but today Foster deservedly so has gotten the bulk of the carries.
Very explosive. He's 5'9", but he's 200 pounds. He's compact. Saw his speed on the breakaway run. Tough to get down. Got a nice combination skill set.
Crane puts it in the air. Sowards lets it roll. And a sideward bounce. Eventually down by the Illini. It's going to work. It's as far as they have been able to pin back Michigan State here today. 17-9 the lead. 5:06 3rd quarter. Mike Cousins, along with former college football head coach Dan Hawkins. 1st and 10 from their own 16 for the Spartans, looking for their first Big Ten win of the year. 2-6, 0-5. Their last win overall, September 17th. Back foot throw, almost intercepted along the outside by Cameron Watkins, the freshman.
Inconsistent running game today for the Spartans and no explosion plays, and it's tough to win without any explosion plays. And yet to see LJ Scott back in this backfield after the fumble. Not sure whether that's because he's dinged or coach is a little upset about the ball on the carpet.
He fumbled earlier. Gerald Holmes is in the game now. O'Connor scrambles for his existence. Throws downfield for Davis, who moves the chains with the catch past the 25.
Wow. Pretty good play. Again, they're having edge. They're having edge protection issues. He somehow feels a little pressure coming off the backside. Carroll Phillips been in that backfield all day long. Great job wheeling out, setting his feet. That is a tough throw. Puts it right on the money. That ought to be a little bit of a confidence builder.
LJ Scott, helmet off, not being attended to by medical staff. Inside handoff, Holmes, and that is his first carry of the day.
Hey, newsflash, partner. Block 91. Okay? Block 91.
DeJuan Smoot, the senior from Groveport, Ohio, has been an absolute monster today. Carroll Phillips on the other edge. This is a line bookended by 2 seniors with freshmen that play on the interior, guys who have next level ability and have shown that to the nth degree this afternoon. Here comes Smoot again in hot pursuit, and a long floater with no Spartans in the area.
See Tyler moving around too. He is struggling now. This kid is beaten up. He is struggling. He's been on the move all day long, running for his life. Smooth Blitz beats a whole bunch of blockers. Just look at him. I tell you, football, Mike, sorry to interrupt you, but this isn't like another sport, man. I don't care how beat up you are, what the score is, what your record is. You got to fight for survival every down.
O'Connor with a limp foot. Gets well outside the pocket, throws it across his body, and has the completion. How about that? Josiah Price is there when he's needed most.
That was awesome. Are you kidding me? You can just see it. He's thinking, hey, I got to make a play. Tries to throw it in the hole and hope Price can come down with it, and he does. Again on the move, a whole lot of Navy wave getting in the backfield. Mr. Smoot always somewhere. Making a tough throw. Got a sore body. Taking a lot of tape and ice, and then Price just goes up and makes a play for him.
First and 10 on a double reverse. Felton Davis has a blocker in front. Matt Sokol leads the way. Another Spartan first down with some trickery for MSU.
Little razzle-dazzle. Cole Chewins, number 61, gets out front. Man, I love college football. You're just talking about a little emotion, a little spark. Quarterback makes a couple of great plays. They live off this, I call it orbit motion when he goes around behind. Double reverse, Chewins getting out front, putting his pads on somebody. Spartans got to get in the end zone here.
Still a one-score game, down 17-9. Here with 2.5 to play in the third. Late contact. Price is there again. Smoot coming hot in the backfield. I'll tell you what, if the one Smoot's got the Fitbit on today, he's not over 10,000. He's over 20,000 steps.
He's got you and me covered. Again, great job moving the pocket, throwback. Hey, I like it. Think about Tyler O'Connor. They're trying to go with Brian Lewerke. They got Damian Terry. Now they're putting it in his hands. We'll spread out to the right, throw it back over to the left-hand side. Find a little comfort there, Josiah Price.
And they go to the left side with Holmes. Quiet week last week for Holmes, the junior from Flint, Michigan. 6 carries, 14 yards against the Wolverines.
They had him in short yardage a lot last week, and I asked him yesterday, was he more powerful than L.J. Scott? And they said, no, not necessarily.
They get quickly to the line and quickly inside the 10-yard line. Now 1st and goal. They've got to capitalize here with the number of plays they've run on this side of the 50 and have only gotten field goals. On the ESPN app and watch ESPN. Holmes bounces to the edge and scores. The first touchdown of the afternoon comes from Gerald Holmes. The drive that started back on their own 16 ends in pay dirt, a 2-point game.
What a great answer by the Spartans. Just when you think the Illini got it going, got to come back and run America's favorite play here. Power, Mike. We see it every week. Check the backside A, nobody there. Great answer. Couple of great plays by Tyler O'Connor to get this offense sparked. What a gut check. Going for 2.
It was a questionable 2-point conversion try at the end of last week. This one, a lot more obvious.
Getting a bunch set straight man coverage.
And O'Connor finds his man. R.J. Shelton back in the end zone. Tie game at 17.
Woo! This is great stuff. I'll tell you what, I know these teams have only won 2 games apiece, but these guys are battling out here trying to grind their way out. And just when you think one team's got the other hand, the other comes back. As you mentioned, they're trying to run option for the 2-point conversion last week against Michigan, and Jabril Peppers said, thank you for my Heisman vote. But they come back out of the bunch set. Hit Shelton. Look at, he just kind of goes, yep, that's the way it's supposed to be done. And we're back. Now we'll see what the Illini got.
Back to square one on a long, sustained drive, one that notably, Hawk, did not feature L.J. Scott.
Mike, you can drill it, you can coach it, but you've got to hang on to the football. You can't fumble it. There you see 10 plays, 84 yards. And they basically spent the whole first half inside the Illini red zone and in their area. Couldn't get anything going, only got field goals.
Thrown in. Now for Foster. Out across the 30-yard line. And he's out here on this snap. It goes back to George, who's looking deep, and the throw is incomplete. He put it up real high for Ainsley Johnson, but George, even if he's had a man open today on the deep ball, has not been as accurate as he's needed to be.
Yeah, he's probably lucky he wasn't there, but had a little reverse going, ton of penetration over on the left side. You see there, Vaughn's trying to get it going, kicking it back. Plenty of arm strength by number 3 here. He's probably lucky this ball was not on target. I think Demetrius Cox was trying to play center field there.
He's certainly looking for the takeaway. Foster elusive to the outside. A cutback and a first down. To rely on short passes and a real strong running game. Justin Harding.
Simple hitch route out there on the outside. Been successful today. Josh Butler, our redshirt freshman, in coverage. It's amazing how many freshmen, redshirt freshmen, dot this depth chart.
Some confusion here at the end of the third quarter. George didn't really seem clear as to where to go. We've got 15 minutes left on the clock in Champaign in regulation. Back to it in Champaign. Here we go. 17 all. Start of the fourth quarter. And a 1st and 10 for Illinois on the ground through the middle. Mike Cousins, Dan Hawkins, Michigan State, Illinois. Both 2 and 6. One Big Ten win for Illinois. Mark D'Antonio's Spartans still winless in conference play. Foster nowhere to go on 2nd down.
Trying to pound the ball in there. I like it. 2 times to Foster. Has been very explosive. Might not be impatient with that running game. Malik McDowell, the big defensive end for the Spartans, has not returned after an ankle injury suffered previous series.
On the rollout, throw back, Reggie Corbin. He makes the catch, and the speedy running back is wrangled out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. They knew exactly where they wanted to go and found Corbin for the first down, 19 yards.
You want to throw into the blitz. Spartans going cat corner, bringing Tyson Smith. You see him, number 15. You see the arm strength of George being able to get it back up there, lofts the ball over, blitzing Tyson Smith. Great play call, great recognition by Jeff George. Good answer.
And Corbin stays in the game, takes the handoff, keeps the pile moving down to the 1-yard line.
Jeff George was hustling up the line of scrimmage. It looked like he wanted to go fast. I think they're trying to get lined up. Sparty trying to sub.
The snap and the give. Just some east-west action for Corbin.
Great job by the defense getting lined up. I like the go quick call.
Now a chance to get bigger here. We get some more tight ends on the field. Keyshawn Vaughn, as well as the fullback Nate Eckerd. Eckerd, the fullback. Vaughn, 5'10", 210 pounds, is the running back. They fake the give to him, throw to the back of the end zone, and score. Ainsley Johnson. What a time to be wide open. He's got 2 career touchdowns. That one comes at a big time.
Great scheme. Motion the fullback out, play action. Who's got not sure. Good little eye candy. Kind of go from a 3 tight end, 2 back set. You motion the fullback out, now it becomes a different dynamic.
The extra point is good.
Communication. Matt Morsey leaves. He's got to be yelling and screaming, making sure they're switching that coverage responsibility off. Good wrinkle down on the goal line.
Jeff George on the hookup to Ainsley Johnson, the senior whose only other career touchdown catch came right here at Memorial Stadium earlier this year in week 3 against Western Michigan. 58 yards from Wes Lunt. And a couple quarterbacks later, still in the action, and it's 24-17 Illinois as Michigan State takes over. 1st and 10 at the 31.
Mike, I love this game, and I love what's going on. Just because of the adversity these two teams have faced and how they're battling and fighting and scrapping, and it goes back and forth, back and forth. I think that speaks a lot to the coaches, and it speaks to the culture and the character of both of these teams. Tyler O'Connor, the quarterback, really showing up the last drive. Let's see if they're trying to put the ball back in his hands.
Well, still no L.J. Scott on the field as Gerald Holmes grabs it. And for a team that wants to run the ball and has gone over 200 yards rushing the last 2 weeks against Maryland, and oh yeah, 217 against Michigan's defense, arguably by some numbers the #1 rushing defense in the country. They haven't even hit 75 yards on the ground today.
Well, and it's been very difficult. This is a team that's just in motion and in flux every week because of the injuries. Trying to figure out who's playing and who's going to be available.
A double dodge by O'Connor. Holmes, the intended target, incomplete.
Tyler, I think, is dealing with a little bit of lower leg issue. He's got a little sixth sense happening on the back end, but he needs to have that clock running, knowing if I drop back and my back foot hits and I hitch up, that ball better be gone, because you got a whole mass of bodies rolling in there. Carroll Phillips, DeJuan Smoot, Chunky Clemens, Jameel President, tons of Navy jerseys storming that backfield.
4-man rush, it gives some time. Price makes the catch on the perimeter. Had a loose ball, and it is called down at the spot of the catch, which the initial marking shows as short of a first down.
Price got racked on the sideline. He got popped. He's talking with the official. I'm not sure what he's communicating. Tyler O'Connor wanted to go downfield, checked it back outside.
The ball by Roll. He's back at the fumble. 4th down.
Boy, it is right there, too. It's about a half a yard. Coach D'Antonio. I like it. Keeping the offense on the field. Let's go.
We got whistles and what looks like a timeout.
Now, normally less than a yard, Mike. This is quarterback sneak area. Michigan State may have some personnel issues here. I don't think they were aware that Price was going to have to be out of the game. They're trying to juggle their personnel right now. Normally this is quarterback sneak area unless you've got the center covered up and you've got nothing available to you. Normally we'd have a play
it right through the middle for the first down. So the new quarterback is Damian Terry, the junior from Erie, Pennsylvania, who took over down 20 in the fourth quarter last week. He's not been 100% healthy this year either, but right now the best they have at quarterback for Michigan State, and hands it off to Holmes on first down. So we've got a battle of 2 and 6 teams, a one-score game, and they're both down to their third-string quarterback. Welcome to November.
Damian Terry's game is a little bit different than Tyler O'Connor. Now he's basically the last stand here, so I don't think they're going to want to run him much, but he is much more mobile and much more of a runner than Tyler O'Connor.
There's some open space and some nice shiftiness from Holmes. He gets the first down across midfield.
Does a nice job. Stanley Green, number 17 for the Illini. He's doing a great job. He's a freshman. He's doing a great job coming up on the run. That's the third time he hasn't really wrapped up. He's missing some tackles. Michigan State doing a lot of pulling. Line there's a fullback. Terry comes up, doesn't really wrap up.
Price is back into the game. The big tight end in motion there. Gives Terry time. His 15th pass attempt of the year. And it's too long, going for Davis over the top. This is just the 4th game in which Terry has played this year. And there's been so much talk about the future for Michigan State. Disappointment in the fan base in some parts that Lewerke is out for the rest of the year with a broken tibia, because there's a guy who's a redshirt freshman, maybe a guy who could be the starter for the next 3 years. And O'Connor continues to be evaluated along the sidelines.
Okay, the Illini needs to be careful because this could be quarterback. They throw it.
And Terry connects with Shelton for a first down.
But Michigan State got in empty there, and Harding Nickerson ran out, then he came back in the box. But I definitely think Michigan State's got it in their package. You're going to empty out the box. Be careful, because this guy can run it. Good throw, R.J. Shelton, good sure hands. Harding Nickerson right. This is awesome, Mike. This is great college football. And as you said, a couple of 2-win teams, they're just trying to grind it out and find solutions.
Through the middle, Holmes has shown some nice burst. 25-yard line.
Good job powering it out. This is where the team also, he's going through concussion protocol over there.
Yep, he's with Dr. David Kaufman, the chair of the Department of Neurology and Ophthalmology for Michigan State. That was a lot of talk last week with Chris Fry when he came out after that hit, and the staff was very vocal in noting, hey, they're going through all the protocols over there on the sideline before haphazardly just sending anybody back into the game.
Fly sweep to Corley. Got him involved. You lose your quarterback. You got your star tailback on the sideline. Don't know whether he's hurt or whether he's in the doghouse. I mean, everybody on the offense and the defense really knows, okay, it's a running game now. We got to make it happen. Those big guys up front got to make it happen.
Correction, get 4 yards on the play. 2nd and 6 for Michigan State.
O'Connor certainly wants to be back out onto the field. It belongs to Terry, and it belongs to Holmes here late in the 4th quarter. And on the ground, Holmes has been getting the job done. Couple of juniors.
Officials time.
7-point game, number 7 on the sideline. Tyler O'Connor knocked out of the game, has not returned, and Damian Terry has taken over the reins here for the Spartans.
Yeah, now, again, they got to be careful. This is a formation they've been sprinting out over to the right and throwing the ball, moving the pocket a little bit.
The give is to Holmes. The rush defense was ready. Patrick Nelson, the first helmet in there.
And guess what? Redshirt freshman making that play. If this were old school football, this would be the JV team out here on this Saturday afternoon. The varsity would be in East Lansing playing the game. You got all these young guys.
Terry going end zone, and nearly a great grab from Felton Davis trying to get around Jalen Dunlap at cornerback. Now 3rd and 10 as they're trying to throw the end zone with Terry, but only thrown 14 tries this year.
Yeah, you said it, Mike. He throws his ball, it's a little bit inside. You want to throw back shoulder, miss outside. And if he doesn't come back in and make a great play there, Felton Davis, could be an interception by Jalen Dunlap.
Here comes the 14th play of this 5.5-minute drive. And a flag.
Wow.
False start. Offense, number 18. 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
Just can't happen in wide receiver. That's Felton Davis jumping out there. Got to sit in there, watch the ball. Pre- and post-snap penalties you can control, Mike. Those things kill coaches. They hate those the most. Things happen during the snap, okay, but pre- and post-snap, there's a big difference between 3rd and 10, because now you're in a whole different mindset. You're not going to throw for the first down, maybe a shot to the end zone, and then a field goal try if you don't get the touchdown.
Terry steps up to try and run and falls down on 3rd and 15. The field goal unit just took about 5 steps onto the field, then paused.
Now you got to decide if you got a play that you like. That's the key thing. It's not necessarily are we going for it. They're going to go field goal. A little discussion going on here with the O-line and the left guard. Now Coach D'Antonio's been known to fake it before.
Upright and good. Oh boy.
That was a big gulp there. Yeah, the offensive line were talking on their way out there. And as I said, Coach D'Antonio not afraid to fake it. I thought they might pull one out. Geiger, pretty solid kicker. As my good friend Timmy Brando would say, upright is kind this time. He would say unkind, but kind this time.
And Geiger has been the guy they can count on today in a season on the brink of going nuclear. A loss today would make them 0-6 in Big Ten play, down 24-20, 6:45 to go. 4th quarter.
Hard to believe the Spartans have not won a football game since the start of the NFL season. That is unbelievable.
September the 17th against Notre Dame. 2 wins this year for the Spartans, the Paladins of Furman, and the underwhelming Fighting Irish from South Bend. That one's bobbled in the end zone by Foster. The Illini will start and try and wind down this clock here. 1st and 10 at the 25. It's a 34-year gap since it was this long of a losing streak for Michigan State. They're 2-6, 0-5 in the Big Ten. The Illini have not beaten them since 2006. It was a big day for Juice Williams. And Illinois, coming off a 40-17 loss against Minnesota last week, has one Big Ten victory against Rutgers. This would boost their confidence and signal just about the end of bowl hopes for Michigan State for the first time in the D'Antonio era. There's still the chance for the 5-win APR qualification, which teams like San Jose State had last year. Not exactly the way you want to do it, but still 6.5 to go. Plenty of time to work with in a 1-score game.
Got got 6:15 to go in the game. But this really, when you're the Illini, you're kind of in 4-minute drill, which means you got to grind, you got to run it, you got to stay in bounds. You got to try to put the finishing touches on a game. Good to see Riley Boa back in there, anchoring this defense. Still without their star defensive end, Mclaughlin. He got a testament to all. Yeah, he got rolled up on as a testament to all the replacements that have had to play.
In a season that has been about the replacements of the guys, it's now the guys who are after the guys for Michigan State. Big time blitz off the edge. George saw the pressure coming from Chris Fry and said, no, thank you.
Thought they might get Demetrius Cox for being a little clingy in there, but good job bringing pressure off the edge. Mclaughlin looking on, still unable to move around on that ankle. Thought the way the trainer was getting after it with the tape that they anticipated him coming back, but guess not.
Yeah, that left foot is the problem area where the ankle got rolled up on. No fair catch this time for Sowards. It's going to be good starting field position for the Spartans right near midfield after they get the stop and made the Illinois offense look pretty much like it did in the first half. 14 yards on the return.
Character, guts, determination. That's what college football is all about. Both coaches digging it out of their teams here.
Terry with the give for Holmes. He's stuffed right away. Trey Watson breaks through on the running back who saw no first half action.
Officials time.
And has carried it the load quite a bit here for the Spartans.
Yeah, and I think David Beadle is down. So that is, in fact, you got Cole Chewins playing left tackle and Michael Machado playing right tackle.
Terry, much more of a runner than either Lewerke or O'Connor. Scrambles get a little bit closer.
Now we got Felton Davis down.
Oh boy.
Officials time. Injured player.
Yeah, that is Terry's forte. He can really run. There he hops up, he's ready. He said, get out of here. I'm a Spartan, I'm okay. I'm gonna finish. But yeah, Damian Terry can run, and you get down here in the goal line, that's a case where you'd like to use the quarterback a little bit. Gotta be very, very careful because they're running out of quarterbacks to put into the game.
Just 40 carries, 148 yards on the ground today. O'Connor reduced to sideline duty for Michigan State. 3rd and 4.
Well, you got 2 downs here. They've been having success running the ball.
Now looking to go to the air. Price is there. Oh, no.
Kind of thought he Cadillacked it there, Mike, which I call just, he knew he was wide open. He's made some great catches. That's when guys relax just a little bit. You got to go snatch that thing. Now, I thought also, good call on the bootleg, because Terry could have run it. See that? I don't know.
Oh, that's the second one today. He could have come up with in the end zone.
I just think he was just a little casual on that one, I think, because he was so wide open.
4th and 4.
Another bootleg opportunity, I would think. He can run for it.
He fakes the throw, now goes to the back of the end zone. Shelton, and he's got it. Touchdown, Spartans on 4th down.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Wow, I thought he could have run for it. He pulls up, finds the veteran in the back of the end zone, drops one down through the chimney.
Previous plays under further review. The ruling on the field is a touchdown.
This was 4th and season on the line. Not 4th and goal, 4th and season.
Got to think that's going to be confirmed pretty quickly.
That, my friends, is not only a touchdown in college football, that's an NFL touchdown. That's a great job getting your feet down. The veteran. Pretty well defended by the Illini. How about your third-team quarterback pulling up, dropping it down the chimney?
After further review, the ruling on the field is confirmed. Touchdown.
College football is magnificent. Are you kidding me? 2 teams, 2 wins, battling it out, grinding it out, back and forth, people getting injured, high school seniors running onto the field making plays. Wow.
And now Geiger with a vital extra point. It's a field goal difference with 2:52 to play.
And we said at breakfast, Mike, this game was going to be interesting, and it's playing out. And I really thought it would, because you could think it'd go either way. Too many variables.
Couple yards deep. And another touchback.
Now the young Jeff George needs to find out if he can operate in the 2-minute drill.
They'll have every opportunity here. Open space downfield for Ainsley Johnson, and he makes the grab this time at the 47-yard line. Or Zach Grant, beg your pardon.
Great throw and catch. Gonna take a look at it. Again, first
Previous
blush,
plays on a
was
further
catch.
review. The ruling on the field was a reception for a first down.
Had a coverage bust in some form or fashion. Running out to the flag route, nobody on him.
Hawk, this is another situation where the call on the field is a catch, which, unless there's indisputable video evidence to the contrary, that really favors Illinois.
I think that's a catch. That is a great call. Official right on it. Great tap and drag, doing a great job just getting the toes in. Nice throw by Jeff George. Saw him come open.
After further review, the ruling on the field stands. Reception, first down.
Good job by the boys in the booth. Fairly timely too, which is great. Trying not to disrupt the flow of an outstanding game.
2:46. And all 3 timeouts for Illinois. Down 27-24. George goes with a handoff. And it's Foster across the formation. A pick up a 5 on first down.
Riley Bulla, number 30, back in on the tackle. That's his 11th tackle this game, the leading tackler. Got a good one tonight. Huskers, the Buckeyes, but this game right here is a thriller.
Short throw, that's defensive pass interference. 1,000% on Tyson Smith.
1,000, you're a numbers guy. Now he's a salty veteran being a sophomore.
Pass interference. Defense, number 15. 15-yard penalty. Automatic, first down.
Yeah,
that was egregious.
Yeah, you can see Coach D'Antonio. He's just, you know, we say this every week.
The spot of the foul. First down.
Yeah, that's just totally uncalled for. Got to play the football. Coach D'Antonio trying to get his young bucks to grow up here.
As the rule book would say, Hawk, the intent to impede was obvious.
You are on the rule book. I'm going to give you that.
From the 35, George, one-on-one to the end zone. Incomplete, and another flag. This comes from the backside of the play. It could be back-to-back plays where the chains move for Illinois. We'll get the call.
Pass interference. Defense. Number 15. 15-yard penalty. Automatic. First down.
Tyson Smith, another no-no.
Tough to tell. He was in front. Tough to tell where they climbed over the back. But defense has got to redirect. They got to rally up and play defense here. Hard to tell what that left arm was doing, but didn't look like it right there.
Toward the sideline. Another quick grab. Getting the ball, getting out of bounds. Kendrick Foster makes the catch. So a lot of help here from the Michigan State defense to put Illinois from outside of field goal range to inside field goal range. They're not thinking about 3, they're thinking about 6.
Yeah, Jeff George doing a nice job. Coach is doing a great job. Picked on Tyson Smith, and he answered with a couple of PI calls, but defense got to rally.
Play action. With some time toward the end zone. Sam Mays. Wow, the penalties are a killer. The Illini take the lead with 1:45 to go.
Great play action, faking the zone. Comes out to the right. Throwback left. Gets fired out of position.
Is a touchdown.
Good scheme. That throwback is tough to defend down there. Got a wide out on a linebacker. Jeff George passing the early test here. Certainly a great bounce back from last week.
Mclaughlin gets the job done, and so does the offense. Gotta give a lot of credit to Jeff George in just his 3rd career start, and he put it on the money, and Mays made it count.
Outstanding play selection and drive. Some great plays made by the wideouts. George out congratulating the extra point team.
All right, it's exactly what everybody predicted. 31-27 with 1:35 to go. And a 3rd-string quarterback throwing a touchdown near the end of the game. Here we go. A short kick taken at the 12. And out to the 39 by Delton Williams, one of the backup running backs.
The Illini closed it. I thought that may pop. Looked like it was going to be wide open down the center of the field. Delton Williams kind of backing up a little bit. Normally you like your returner to have the autonomy to get that ball. Normally, Mike, easily, we always say if you got 1:15 and 1 timeout with the ball in the 35, no problem. Clearly, they've got 2 touchdowns and more time and a little more yardage.
It's still Damian Terry. It's still Gerald Holmes at running back. L.J. Scott hasn't played since he fumbled at about the 10-minute mark of the 3rd quarter. Riding the hot hand, the pass goes back to Holmes. He gets the original line of scrimmage.
He's got to get out, Mike.
Bumped forward as the clock continues to run.
He's got to get out. If it's either touchdown or you're out of bounds. And Holmes has been productive.
Terry, the pitch. Holmes across midfield, 1st down, spins and keeps it going. Doesn't get out of bounds, but the clock will stop temporarily on the 1st down and a pickup of 20.
That's what Damian Terry brings you. He can bring that option, and he brought it last week a little bit against Michigan, and that just alters your blitz package, everything you do when you think the quarterback can run option.
Well, it was a quick and perhaps abrupt snap there as Holmes came off the field. Scott was in the game at running back.
There was an eligible receiver in the area. Second down.
Shelton really didn't have a chance at that toss from Terry.
Yeah, I think that was smart, mature throwing. You're not going to get much. Don't put it on him. Just throw it out of bounds. Even if he does catch it, you're going to get tackled in bounds. Clock's going to run 2 timeouts. 57 seconds. Plenty of time again. The Illini have to be careful of the quarterback draw.
Terry for Shelton, who's popped right at the time of impact by Dunlap. Incomplete. 3rd and 10. Empty backfield.
Just get half the yardage. Get half the yardage.
And Terry goes short. Felton Davis.
Gotta know where the sticks are, man. Put your shoulder down and get to the sticks. Which he did. I thought he was going to be pulling up a little bit short. They gave him the forward momentum, which is great. 43-42. Still with 2 timeouts.
Terry, the inexperienced quarterback. The drop off for the running back, Holmes. He's grabbed around the waist and right at the first down marker.
Same thing. I'd like to see Holmes trying to work that thing out of bounds.
27 seconds
Royal
on
Field
the
was a
clock.
first down. Timeout. Michigan State. Their first of the half. It would be a 30-second charge timeout.
Good job staying alive. Pressure up inside. Damien, good ball carriage. Good job with his eyes downfield. I'd like to see Holmes just beeline for the sideline. Don't duck it back. Just get out right there. Whew. I think the fact that it was called a reception, not sure if there is indisputable evidence.
If it does end up as an incomplete pass, it'll bring them back to the 23-yard line. 2nd and 10.
Looks like they are breaking out their notepad.
And the longer they look at it, the more scribbling in a notepad you see, the more inclined.
When the notepad comes out,
then they're checking
it's overruled.
the down
It's overruled usually. Yep.
The more inclined you are to say that the ball may be moving backwards rather than forwards for the Spartans. As they drive here toward the north end zone with hopes of a 3rd win and keeping bowl eligibility alive.
Trying to fight their way out of it. Just a great character showing by both of these teams.
It is an incomplete pass. The ball is placed at the 23-yard line. 2nd down. Clock operator, please put 33 seconds, 3-3 on the game clock. Michigan State will not be charged one of their timeouts.
That is great management by the officials right there. The whole thing, the clock, the timeout, the reversal. Got a lot of things right, administrated it correctly.
They lose 11 yards there. 6 more seconds on the clock.
Clock operator, Michigan State has 3 timeouts remaining. 3 timeouts.
And yes, the full complement of timeouts.
I thought they had 2 left, Mike, to start this drive.
Terry goes short for Holmes. And he wisely gets out of bounds. They had all 3. They had to use one there and then got it back.
I thought we had 2 to start this drive. But at any rate, that was a great job by Holmes getting out of bounds there. He wanted to duck that thing up inside. And you have to respect that, but you've got to respect 26 seconds, which you're probably dealing right now. 3 to 4 plays. Definitely 3. Just trying to get half the yardage here. Plenty of timeouts.
On 3rd and 6, a drop off, and the catch by Holmes is short. They'll have to take a timeout here because 4th down is imminent.
Michigan State. Be a 30-second charge timeout. That is their first charge timeout of the half.
Kind of thought we might see an option play in there because, again, you're going to the sideline. You get that thing pitched, got a chance to run out of bounds.
Now the game is on the line for Dave Warner, for Mark D'Antonio, and for a nation of Spartan fans that just want to see a win for the first time since September 17th. How do you roll the dice here on 4th down?
Well, the one unfortunate thing for the Spartans is it looks like R.J. Shelton does not have a helmet, so he's not going to be able to be your go-to guy. Now, Josiah Price has been somewhat reliable. He did drop the touchdown pass previously. Normally getting man coverage. Get some sort of a rub route. You've got plenty of options to you. The Illini showing too high, and they take a timeout.
Timeout, Illinois. Their first of the half. Be a 30-second charge timeout.
R.J. Shelton, injured, has not come back out onto the field for Michigan State. The senior, their leading receiver, without Monty Medeiros today, a redshirt senior. And the complement they're left with on the field right now, if they do want to throw, and it's not Price at tight end, is Corley, a freshman, Davis, a sophomore, and Jackson, a freshman.
I told you, it's a JV game. The varsity game's in East Lansing right now. Now we'll see if Michigan State, they came out in a 3-by-1 set. Over to the left. Illini showing too high, and then they call timeout. So they do. Michigan State changes up. They go 2-by-2. Corley up at the top of the screen. Felton Davis down at the bottom. And the Illini go to single high, and they call timeout again.
Timeout, Illinois. Second charge timeout of the half. Be a 30-second timeout.
I love it. Both the offense and the defense came out in a different look than they were the previous play. You get to some point in here when you want to get in your best defense and you want to get in your best formation, so at some point you need to show your hand.
You know what this is? This is the Pat Venditti situation of college football. The switch pitcher who can just take the glove from one hand to the other. The batter gets in the one batter's box, switches to the other. At some point, the game's got to be decided. A 4th and 3 with 19 seconds left.
4th and 3 for Michigan State.
Yeah, Michigan State likes that. They're staying with it. Corley at the top of the screen. You got the freshman Stanley Green at free safety for the Illini. Press man. And the Illini take another timeout.
Illinois. It's a final charge timeout of the half. 30-second timeout.
Hawk, when we saw Illinois a couple weeks ago at Rutgers, which is to date their only Big Ten win, it was coming off of a loss against Purdue where Darrell Hazel decided to ice, and it ended up winning the game because of a missed field goal and the game went to overtime. Lovie Smith just keeps extending things here. He's got such a young team. Is he better off just letting them go and play? Or take all the time you can to coach him?
I think they're trying to definitely see what formation. Now, the fact that Michigan State came out, and then you saw Donnie Corley heading across in motion.
4th and 3 for Michigan State.
And the Illini playing press man, staying with it. A little different formation though now. Josiah Price with a few questions. A little bit misaligned. They're going back to the similar look, 2-by-2.
Terry running for it, and he comes up short. Illinois is going to win this game.
Well, you cannot do that. Damian Terry came up with a great touchdown pass the drive before. But again, just situational football. You cannot go down with the ball in that case. Hey, throw it up, turn around, lateral, throw it over your head. Lollipop it in there, but you cannot do that. Great pressure, Smoot's been in the backfield. He takes Machado for a ride. Carroll Phillips folds back down inside. Jameel President getting pressure. The leading tackle, Hardy Nickerson, everybody there. What a character show by both teams. Great guts by the Spartans and the Illini. Spartans come out on the short end, but what a spectacular college football game on a great fall afternoon here in Champaign.
Bowl hopes fall further into peril for the Spartans in an unprecedented campaign in the D'Antonio era. And Lovie Smith in year one comes up with a big win. The Illini's first since October 15th.